the most important thing, and I think investors are looking for this, is that they have a good chemistry. They actually have to get on. I know investors who have looked at stuff they like, but they can see that there are people on the team who don't like each other, and they just say, no, this will be dysfunctional. Just don't even bother. So chemistry in the team is key. And then I think after that, the most important thing is there are so many things that you need to get a grip on. So many uncertainties, and all of them are very difficult. I mean, it could be very difficult technologies that you're dealing with, where you really need deep understanding of technology. You have to understand markets. You have to understand how you sell into markets, and understanding selling into hospitals and selling into retail and selling into the military are completely different things. You have to understand the finance. There are so many things that you need to understand. And so a team has to complement knowledge. You have to have many different players, different in the sense that they have different backgrounds, so they know different stuff. And you have to get that in as few people as possible, because you have a burn rate of cash, and you can't pay a lot of people to cover this stuff. So you need people who are jacks of all trade. When I grew up, it was a good idea to be a master. You shouldn't be a jack of all trade and a master of none. But I think in the 21st century, and when things are moving so fast, you have to be a jack of all trades. And in innovation, you absolutely have to be a jack of all trades, because the problem is covering this multitude of uncertainties with as few people as possible, so that it becomes as cheap as possible. So those are the key things: chemistry and jacks of all trades that complement each other. As I said before, the Europeans really noticed this thing about tolerance of failure, which is huge, because the flip side of this is the shame when faced with failure, which it makes it hard to accept risk. And there are many cultures in the world where it's just too difficult to risk anything. It's shame for you, it's shame for your family. That, I think, is the main issue. Of course, then you also need to be able to assemble teams that complement each other. And I mean, I think in Boston, it's really amazingly easy to form teams, because you can go out and network, and you meet new people all the time. And there is also a culture here that I think is quite special. I'm not really sure to what extent it exists in Silicon Valley, but there is an understanding here that you want to help people when you network, and it'll come home to roost at some point. You just help. So it's very easy to say, we're looking for a team member who can do this kind of thing, and then people will say, well, I know somebody who might know somebody, and here's the email, and have a chat with them, so that you can reach out to a great many people in Boston with great ease. I think this is much harder if you live in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Not picking on Cedar Rapids, Iowa, but a place that doesn't have a large population and very diverse population. This is the thing. Boston has, diverse in every sense of the word, I think. Diverse, just say you need to have the finance skills, the sales skills, the technical skills, just to mention three. And it's very easy to find people like this. And then you need mentors. It's very easy to find mentors in Boston. So there are places on this planet where you can, with greater ease, assemble teams. and then there are places where it's more difficult.